Well, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a breezy, somewhat cloudy, almost looks like some rain clouds out there. 60-degree July the 10th. Today is Monday. First day of our work week. I see little blue patches in there. Oh, definitely looking that way. But yeah, it's wonderful out here. The breeze feels good. 60 degrees, ain't cold or anything. Yeah, it looks like they could break off. That could just be fog stuff up there. Anyway, welcome to Monday. It's 1 degree warmer than at home, and it don't look no different.
Nope.
It even
be a cloudy day too.
It even sprinkled on us a few times.
Help wash the bugs off.
Yeah. But that'd be nice, a nice cooler day.
Yeah.
Well, Mama,
It's a hot
that good Monday and roll back around.
I know.
Yep.
It's sneaky.
Yeah. But it looks like it's gonna be nice. I like the weather when it's cool. When it will work. Just gotta be nice when you're off at the end of the day. The weekends.
Exactly.
We have weather demands. But anyway, have yourself a wonderful Monday.
You too.
And I'll see you as the day goes on there, old woman. All right. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Love you, see you, bye. Did I get that in there?
I was waiting.
Oh, yeah. Missed that and the trouble the rest of the day.
I know.
All right. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
My day has once again been filled with Spyder. Finished up the water pump. Got all that done. Valves. Got to pull all the whole plenum and all that stuff off. New air filter. Coolant. That's why the radiator's kind of dangling in a weird way. It sits. It holds on to those little rubber things underneath there. It sits up. And then the lateral support goes across here and it attaches at the top. So I've learned, just take that lateral support, take the one park brake cable off of its stay here, and just spin that thing backwards. So that's inside out. There's a good look at your park brake motor. There's a little switch that you'll destroy if you operate these older ones without the cable attached. Yeah, things end very violently. And these little switches are expensive and they're riveted, so you have to drill them out. And you gotta, do this, pull the lateral support off, drill them out and re-rivet them in. It's not a good deal. So yeah, don't operate that park brake on the older ones. The Brembo brake ones can do that without braking. What happens, this thing overextends, it's expecting to feel some resistance. Well, when it don't, it overextends and the pulley comes around and just absolutely eats that little micro switch. See how it works? Well, when that comes around, it doesn't like actually it's the other way around. I'm pointing the right way. It'd ramp over that one. It's this one. It goes too far. It doesn't stop quick enough. See, that one's a sharp ramp on it. That one comes across and goes whack, gone. So this is the one that comes by and hits it and says, okay, park brake is off. When that switch is unpressed, that's what causes the park brake light to be on. It's telling your park brake's on. It's on right now. It can't go anywhere. It's mounted to a frame, and a frame back there. And that pulley, looks like, I can tell by the distance of that pulley, that boy's got his park brake adjusted correctly, which is nice. Valves were perfect. And I think this guy's, does all his stuff with us, services over the years. If not, using BRP stuff. Coolant, I'll let her sit here, and these things are the hardest things to bleed ever. So that's why it's dangling at the moment. And then once I finish this, before I put everything back together, I will flush the brakes because I have access to everything. And most importantly, without the tub on here, let's throw some light on the subject. Most importantly, you have access to that. See the one bleeder with the little black nozzle on the top right there, right above my finger on the VCM? That's the VCM bleed. With the tub and everything on, it's almost impossible to get to that. And yes, this is one of the older ones that I gotta unbolt the calipers and reattach them up top. Because see the bleeder screw? You can see the nozzle right there. Well, that's below this one piston, so air could be in that piston. That bleeder has to be the highest point. And I showed you guys what I do with the rear one just to make it. I know it's a pain to take that caliper and stuff off. If you ever change your tire, it's a pain to take it off, but it's way easier to unbolt that caliper and plop that thing off to the side and get an easy, reliable bleed on it. What I've had happen, because you're jankying around with a special tool to try to get that to work, and I've introduced air into the rear caliper before. Luckily, it doesn't backflush into the system. It just stays local. But you get the same effect of soft pedal. It's like the old mechanical GSs and RSs. People would take off without that thing on. Some of those didn't have an alarm on them to remind you that park brake is on. Yeah, you go bombing down the road. Overheats that caliper. And if you have 2% or more moisture in your brakes, it boils that water in your brakes. That's why it's so dangerous. And whammo, you got air in the rear line because it boiled the water. And if one's gone, they're all gone. Then you got a pedal going all the way to the bottom. Scary ordeal. But yeah, big job. I just don't have the speed I had before. I used to knock these things out in a day. I just don't have it. And, you know, I still got a little bit of dexterity stuff, you know, working with tools, and I don't know. Life has happened and it slowed me down. That's all there is to it. But the thing's really clean. I mean, he's had some critters crawling around inside there, and a whole bunch of spiders' nests. These things, they come off the Spyder, and then later on you'll see little spider nests hanging off of motorcycle handlebars and stuff like that. They breed inside the store here. That's always fun. But we catch them while they're young. Millions of them in this little nesty thing, you know. But yeah, those things happen. Make sure you keep things around to stop that from happening. That's something I kind of live out in the farm. I don't know why a mouse or a rat, usually mice, where they come from to end up way at our house is nothing near us. It's like they must travel across the fields or something. I have no idea. But from time to time, they'll make an appearance. Usually right after a heavy snow or rain, they find their way in the shop. And yeah, I got to deal with it. Or they'll get into stuff. There's way too many things in there that little mice could do some serious damage to. But what they really like is a closed area. They feel very private. You guys notice I've been watching for years. I don't cover my motorcycles anymore. I used to cover them in the garage. Remember them? I used to get them blankets off of the ATVs and the side-by-sides, and I cover all the bikes. Yeah, don't give them a private place to hang out and do stuff. Well, that's kind of a natural design of the Spyder. Everything's all closed up. Big things like that, K1600s, they love them things. Anything's all covered up. Things that are out in the open, Harleys, simple motorcycles, there's nothing covered up. If you come in, they're not going to make a nest in there. Dirt bikes, if they're left in a quiet, dark place, they'll go in and make a nest in your airbox and stuff, but that's about the worst you'll get. There's not enough wires on there to hurt them. And in most manufacturers like this, it's that cloth tape. BRP, when you order this, it literally shows a picture of a roll with little mice on it, and it's called rodent retardant electrical tape. Because they don't like the fibers when they chew on it. But everything comes to an end. So this is what you'll find. At least you'll find it. It's these ends here. Anywhere there's an open end like that, any of these, they'll rip into it. Look at that rodent retardant, but that's open. But you'll see that. You'll go, oh, I got to purge valve code. You go to test the purge valve, and you it's all chewed up. Hey, that's enough rambling for the work day here, huh? It's I ain't got too much time before it's time to go. I'm gonna keep, massaging, as Honda calls it, massaging the hose. That doesn't sound right at all, but that's what they call it. And literally, you were massaging the hose. See, I just got a bubble out of it just then. You just massage them. You got hoses everywhere. You got it pre-thermostat, and you got after the thermostat. So, you got to get both sides. You can get those down in there. That's where the lower one comes out of the thermostat, enters the bottom of the radiator, comes up, and back into the system. Crazy, huh? It's weird the thermostat's there, isn't it? I had a guy, you remember that one? He got the thermostat upside down. Let me tell you the problems that causes. Took me forever to figure out why that thing kept overheating and boiling out of the bottle. And I'm looking at that thing and I'm going, wait a minute, something don't look right here. And they gave me long life coolant, which these didn't have that. And it's a big ordeal to swap them over to the long life. This is just standard coolant. The long life, it's a 5-year coolant instead of a 2-year or 25,000. Even when they're a little over their time or mileage, you can buy those. You can get them from Amazon. Buy those strips, and you can test your coolant. Don't go crazy replacing it. If it looks good and it tests good, you're fine. Different things cause the coolant to break down. So, ideally, like this one, it calls for a coolant flush at this interval, but I cut some time off on the water pump because I'm going to have to drain the coolant. I got to drain the oil. If it was just the pump, I got to drain coolant and do a full oil change with it at the same time. So I knocked some time off of there to make it, because there's overlapping labor. Because I would essentially be getting paid twice to do coolant and oil and filter when I'm already doing it as part of the service. All I had to do is pull the pump and replace it. But here's all this old stuff. The old pump, old gaskets. Everything's all new in there now, including the air filter. The filter wasn't too bad, but if you bow it out and look down in the seams, there's junk in there. Replace them when they say to do it. Nothing gets by those papers, but if the papers get plugged, they will find their way through the seams. I'm sure you've seen that on your car. If it gets dirty enough, the air is going to get in there somehow. So it'll try to make it around the seams. You don't want that. You want to have easy flow through the element. All right. Well, I had a couple minutes left of the day, so I thought I would bring out my old Bronco. This is my Bronco. Kelly's is the one that's completely stock. This one's got multiple things, shocks and motor and tires. It's got those RC four-wheel drive wagon wheel rims and Mickey Thompson tires. And we just kind of mess around with this thing. I haven't filmed her in a while. Actually, I haven't even drove it in a while. I've been kind of obsessed with that little Mini, trying to master that little thing. This gal here, she's a good gal. There may be a little bit of a problem falling off of that. We're gonna see her laying on her side here in a second. Is she gonna do it? Yep, she's gonna flop to the ground. So guess I'll end the little playing around here. She got nothing but air below her. I went back through that little area back there and thought I'd see if I could climb up on that log laying on its side. It worked. Just got no place to go. Anyway, a little bit of RC crawler stuff there at the end. Kind of smooths out the day. Give you something fun to play with, relax, go in here, go get a goodbye done, go in here and build a vlog. Start another day tomorrow. Well, hello there, YouTube. Sometimes we just look at each other and just smile and laugh.
I know.
Not laughing at each other, just I don't know.
I don't know.
Look on our faces. Just laugh for no reason.
Yep.
Just as happy thoughts go through your head, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, busy Spyder day today. Chilled out with a little rock crawling action on the old Bronco.
Very
The
good.
early Ford Bronco from Axial. But anyway, I ain't got a whole lot to say actually.
No.
That was it in a nutshell.
It's
Of
a
the day.
crazy busy day.
Yeah, she had some crazy customers, and I was up there for one of them. I was like, wow. Not like, scary, crazy. Well, maybe scary, crazy. A very happy crazy, but so unusual it was kind of scary.
Yes.
It's like, the person's not stable, I don't think.
I know.
But,
What you deal with.
yeah, the day-to-day.
Mm-hmm. Never boring.
Yeah, that's for sure. But anyway, I think on that, we're going to bounce out.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give her thumbs up. And you guys have a wonderful Tuesday or Wednesday.
Heck yeah. It's cool out here. It's like 65, 64. And it's cloudy, almost like it's going to rain. The dogs are just spunky with that nice cool weather.
Oh, I know it. They're running amok.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks again.
We'll see you tomorrow.
In the morning. Bye-bye now.